Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's game where the Lady Chargers will go against the Grace Christian Lady Eagles out of Louisville. We're about to get the JV game underway for this evening's senior night. We are checking the lineups, making sure everything is in order. About to get underway. Mary Claire Sally back to serve. Played up at the net, quick over. Nice set by the Chargers. Avery Cravens over the net. Grace Christian answers back. Good block by Avery Cravens there in the net. Chargers take a 1-0 lead here in the first set of this JV match. Quick over for Grace Christian. Kara Hollis sets it. Mary Claire Sally. And Riley Tuck sails it wide, giving Grace Christian their first score of the game. Played it short. Tate Beard was just not quick enough to get there. Grace Christian takes a 2-0 lead early on in this first set. Over the net, Kara Hollis pops it up. Mary Claire Sally to Avery. Avery hits it over the net, dinger. Grace sets, pops it over. Dig at the net. Heads up play there by Grace Christian to get it over the net for the quick point. Serves go to Beard. Good save there by Riley Tuck over the net by Kara Hollis. Grace Christian sets up the play. Got to get it over. And the Chargers just could not capitalize there on the quick ball over the net. Chargers get it over. Grace Christian plays it back to the front. Got to get it over the net. Kara Hollis to Avery sets it up for Riley Tuck with the spike. And Grace Christian loses it in the net there. So a little wide there, a little long. As we get back to action, Chargers are down 8-3 early on in this first set of the JV game. Grace Christian to serve. Quick over the net, Riley took to Avery Cravens to Kate Beard. Diving attempt by Grace Christian there, but just did not get over the net. Good effort, but the point to the Chargers. We have a quick sub. You have Ava Talley in for Haley Mullins. Ava Talley's going to go back to serve. Good serve across the net. There's not much that Grace Christian can do there with that ball coming quickly across the net. Unfortunately, that second serve goes straight into the net. Serve goes back to Grace Christian. Kara Hollis going back to score, back to serve, excuse me. Over the net. Grace Christian knocks it quick. Ooh! Struck a player there sitting at the scores table. Seems to be okay. Took it right off the top of the head. You got to keep your head on the swivel there when you're standing on the sideline. Yeah, this really is. You got to keep your head on the swivel. That's correct. Luke Beard joins me here in this commentary for tonight's game. Don't forget tonight is senior night here in Ackerman, Mississippi. Come by the Ty Cobb and let's honor these seniors that have made this program what it is today. Kara Hollis plays it quickly over the net. Grace Christian answers. Kate Beard attempts to pop back over second attempt. And they give it to the Chargers. There looks like Grace Christian was in the net. Back and forth quickly. Grace Christian knocks it out of bounds. The Chargers have come back real quick and have taken the lead in this early going of this first set of the JV game. Chargers 10-9 as Kara Hollis continues her serve. Diving it again by Grace Christian, but just could not get it up over the net. Kate Beard goes back to serve as the Chargers have a 13-12 lead in this first set of the JV game. Ooh. Grace Christian, I'll tell you what, they don't hold back trying to go after the early serve there. as we come back to action, we have Chargers lead 19-12. Grace Christian is trying to mount a comeback in this early set of the JV game. Kate Beard for the serve. Grace Christian answers back. Avery Craven sails it over. And it falls right in just at the line to give the Chargers a 20-12 lead over Grace Christian Lady Eagles here in the first set of the JV game. Kate Beard with the serve. Grace Christian answers back. Gets it over the net. Kate Beard sets it up to who's that? Avery Talley. Under the net there by Avery Cravens. Just could not stop herself from sailing under the net. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we have some technical difficulties. We're trying to get rid of that echo here in our live broadcast here at the Ty Gymnasium. The Lady Chargers are facing off against Grace Christian in the JV game on senior night. Chargers lead 23-21 here in this first set of the JV game. Chargers set. Avery Craven sends it over the net. Grace Christian answers. Riley Tuck tries the quick put back, but just could not get it up and over the net. Close one here in this first set. Chargers lead 23-22. Grace Christian serving. Serve did not make it there over the net. Game point for the Chargers. Riley Tuck to serve. All right, as we come back to action here in the second set of this JV game where the Lady Chargers are going against the Lady Eagles of Grace Christian. Chargers took that first set. It was a close one, but they came out in the end and were able to get the win there in that first set. Seems like we got our echo fixed here in our live stream. Thank you for being patient with us while we tried to correct that issue. Seems like we're trying to get everything situated with the umpires and the books as we get this second set underway. Don't forget, if you're in Ackerman tonight, come by the Ty Gymnasium and celebrate our seniors and their wonderful career here at Choctaw County High School. The senior night festivities will follow directly after this JV game, right before the start of the varsity match. Seems like we got everything situated and we are ready to get this second set underway. Grace Christian to serve. Chargers seem to not communicate well there as the quick point dropped in for Grace Christian there, right past the front row, right in front of the second row. Good teamwork there by the Chargers. Mary Claire Sally sends it over the net. Grace Christian to answer. Ooh, and she hits it directly into the net. Chargers a serve. Mary Claire Sally sends it over. Grace Christian sets. And that was a unbalanced attempt to get it up over the net there, but Chargers take a 2-1 lead here in this second set of the JV game. Quick over. Oh, Chargers just could not collect themselves to answer and get themselves in the positions they needed to make that play on that ball. Serve goes into the net. Quick point there for the Chargers as they were able to force Grace Christian to knock it out of bounds. We take a 4-2 lead here in the second set, leading 1-0. Best of 3. Riley Tuck with the serve. Puts a little bit too much on it, sails it a little long there. These teams have always played each other close the last couple years. A little miscommunication there by the Chargers. Everyone just kind of stood there and looked at each other. No one wanted to make a play there on the ball. Got to talk to each other. Big serve, sails a little long there. Chargers regain the serve. Avery Craven, goes back to the back line. Prepares. Good serve. Sails just a little bit long again. Back and forth game. Whoever can get their serve under control might have the advantage here in this match. Good serve by Grace Christian. Set by Mary Claire Sally over the net, and Grace Christian knocks it out of bounds. Haley Mullins now back to serve for the Chargers. Good serve across the net. Grace Christian plays it over. Set by Haley Mullins. Grace, good volley by both teams back and forth right here. Quick serve, quick knock over the net, and Chargers try to rebound, but end up knocking it out of bounds as they tried to answer that quick volley. Two Chargers there collide with each other, trying to make a play on the ball. Point goes to Grace Christian. They lead 7-6 in this second set of the JV game. Avery Cravens plays it across the net. Grace Christian gets it over. Set by Ava Talley. Good dig by Grace Christian. Quick put back by the Chargers. Avery Cravens tries to dig it up. Good save by Riley Tuck. Chargers are playing well at the moment. Ooh, just could not block that shot there at the net. That was a good volley by both teams there. Good communication. Some athletic plays there by the Chargers. They were able to get it up over the net, and Grace Christian saw the opportunity to try to play it in the back line, get the quick point, but they sailed it just a little long right there. Chargers have tied it 8-8 here in this second set of the JV game. Denaria Coleman serving. Good serve. Chargers with the quick point. Grace Christian could just not collect themselves there on that serve to set up the play. Point to the Chargers. Denaria Coleman continues her serve. I'll tell you what, she's getting it over the net, and she's getting it over with a purpose there. Timeout, Grace Christian. All right, we return back to action here. Chargers continue the serve. Good quick play there by Riley Tuck to get the ball quickly over the net. She saw an opening, took it, and got the quick points there. Chargers take a 12-8 lead here in this second set. Ooh, that was a good set right there by Denaria. Good run for it. Grace Christian takes the serve. A little short. Chargers to serve. Grace Christian plays it quickly back. Chargers set the play. Ava Talley with the quick tap over the net. Ava Talley sets again. Avery Cravens with the quick spike over the net. And it falls in for the Chargers. I'll tell you what, whenever they can get the ball set and they get organized, they're very well disciplined. But it's when they don't communicate that they seem to fall apart there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Grace Christian sets, gets it up over the net. Good dig by the Chargers. Ava Talley sets it back. Denaria Coleman puts it over the net. Grace Christian collects themselves. Free ball over. Set it up by the Chargers. Avery Cravens with the spike. Ooh, Grace Christian had a valiant attempt to save that one, but just fell a little bit short there of going over the net. Chargers lead 15-9 here in this second set. They won the first set. I believe it was 25-23, if I remember correctly. Right after following this game, we will have the senior night festivities. Come by the Tycom Gymnasium if you're here in town in Akron. Played that one into the ceiling. Came back down quicker than Grace Christian expected. Quick point for the Chargers.
Yeah, she definitely put some power on that ball right there.
It went sailing straight up into the ceiling. Good serve there by the Chargers. Plays it off the back wall, and that'll be a point for the Chargers. Chargers do a good job there serving, making Grace Christian have to play the ball. They do a good job making every serve count. Had a little break in the game. And we're back to action.
Yeah, seemed to have a fan on the court.
Yeah, child got lost, wandered out onto the court. They were quick to find him. It's okay, it's the coach's kid. All right, Grace Christian gets the serve back as the Chargers lead 17-10 in this second set. Point to the Chargers. Grace Christian just couldn't get that serve there over the net. They've struggled a little bit tonight in that area. Mary Claire Sally back to serve. Good serve over the net. Grace Christian tries to play it up. Quick volley over the net. That Riley Tuck setting it for Avery. Oh, excuse me, Mary Claire Sally setting it for Avery Cravens. Point to the Chargers. Take a 19-10 lead here in the second set. And that serve just sailed a little long there for the Chargers as Grace Christian takes the point and regains the serve. Good serve by the Grace Christian there. Mary Claire Sally sets it up for Avery Cravens. Gets it quickly over the net. Pops it back up by Avery Cravens to Riley Tuck. And Grace Christian just could not handle it there at the net as they hit the ball twice. Chargers take a 20-11 lead. Riley Tuck back to serve. Good serve over the net. Just sails a little long there.
Just out of bounds right there.
Just right. I mean, it was right there on the line. You could not ask to get it any closer. Good dig there by the Chargers, but it just sails out of bounds there at the net. Good serve there by Grace Christian. Gets it right over the tip of the net. Good play by the Chargers, setting it up. And little miscommunication there by Grace Christian as they did not know who was going to take the net to put the ball over.
Yeah, that ball kind of got lost in no man's land right there.
They all just kind of stood there looking at each other. Avery Cravens, good serve over the net. Grace Christian just could not keep the ball in bounds there with the serve that sailed quickly and firmly over the net. Avery Cravens with the serve. Grace Christian gets it over. Denaria Coleman at the net, tips it over. Good save there by Avery Cravens, set up by Mary Claire Sally. Gets it over the net. Grace Christian just could not handle the ball back from the Chargers, and it sails out of bounds off of a Grace Christian player. Chargers lead 23-13 here in this second set. Avery Cravens with the serve again. Sails just a little long there. Mary Claire Sally sets it up. Olivia gets it over there over the net. Oh, that was just an unlucky teardrop of a shot there for the Chargers as Grace Christian takes the point there. I swear, I did not think that ball was going to get over the net.
It sure didn't look like it for a second.
Good set there by Mary Claire Sally. Avery Cravens with the kill over the top. Good dig there by Grace Christian. They set the ball, get it up over. Riley Tuck to Mary Claire Sally to Olivia. Good there. And she tips and gets the final point of that volley back and forth. We have a sub here as Ava Talley comes in for Haley Mullins. Ava Talley back to serve. She had a couple good ones last time she was up. Again, catches the top of the net and stays right over. That was a beautiful serve. Could not get any closer. as the JV Lady Chargers take this match in 2 quick sets. We'll be back for the senior night festivities, followed by the varsity Lady Chargers going against the Lady Eagles of Grace Christian.
Mary's the daughter of Lee and Alicia Smith. She's played volleyball for 5 years. She's also a member of the Beta Club and HOSA. She has maintained a 95 and above average her entire high school career. Her favorite memory from volleyball is the pregame talks at the net with Evie and Molly. Her advice to the younger players: enjoy it and have fun. Don't take it for granted because it goes by faster than you think. After high school, Bailey plans to attend Itawamba Community College before transferring to Ole Miss and completing a degree in dental hygiene. Right side hitter number 3, Bailey Smith. Number 8, Maylee Hollis. Maylee is the daughter of Will and Kristen Hollis. She has played volleyball for 5 years. She's also a member of FCA, the Beta Club, Student Government, Student Council, Madrigals, and Tech. Some of her awards and honors include Citizenship, Most Dependable, multiple highest average awards 9th through 11th grade, Volleyball Assist Award, and the Coaches Award. Maylee's favorite memory from volleyball is at the end of the season when she and the other seniors were trying to figure out their best memories. She wants the younger players to never take anything for granted because you never know when your last moment with someone will be. After high school, Maylee plans to attend ICC and earn an associate's degree in nursing. She will continue her education at UMCC to obtain her bachelor's degree. Ultimately, she would like to be a labor and delivery nurse. Setter, number 8, Maylee Hollis. Number 16, Mackenzie Sanders. Mackenzie is the daughter of Nick and Haley Sanders. She has played volleyball for 5 years. She's also a member of the cheerleading squad, Beta Club, Student Government, Student Council, Madrigals, Tech, and the softball team. Some of her awards and honors include being named Choctaw County's Distinguished Young Woman for 2022, being the cheer captain, class representative, and the volleyball defensive MVP. Her favorite memory from volleyball is last year when the team stayed at the haunted Belmont Inn. She and Calla wandered around and went places they weren't supposed to. Her advice to the younger players: not to take it for granted because it's over before you know it. And to next year's seniors, enjoy it. Don't rush it. This time will never come again. After high school, Mackenzie plans to attend Mississippi State University and major in secondary education. Outside hitter, number 16, Mackenzie Sanders. Number 17, Molly Kate Thomas. Molly Kate's the daughter of Lance and Kim Thomas. She's played volleyball for 5 years. She's also a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the Beta Club, Student Government, Student Council, Madrigals, Tech, and the softball team. Some of her awards and honors include Fellowship of Christian Athletes President, Section Leader in Madrigal, Class Favorite, Best School Spirit, having a 95 and above average in 9th through 11th grade, and winning the Volleyball Serve Award and being named to the All-Division team. Her favorite memory is from last year when they stayed at the Belmont Inn. The team had so much fun and so many laughs together. Her advice to younger players is to play for an audience of 1. Never stop working and always try your best. Always give glory to God. After high school, Molly Kate plans to attend the University of Mississippi and major in secondary education. She wants to be a teacher and maybe a coach. Middle blocker, number 17, Molly Kate Thomas. Coach Worrell and Coach Bradford want to thank the senior parents for sharing these roles for the last 5 years. They are amazing young ladies and will make all of Charger Nation, we love you and we will miss you.
Well, that right there was a wonderful, wonderful senior night there, recognizing our 4 seniors as they continue to show a senior slideshow here, highlighting their accolades as a team through the last 4 years. We'll be back right after this as the varsity game is about to start. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's matchup between the Lady Chargers of Choctaw County and the Lady Eagles of Grace Christian.
Just a reminder, the Lady Chargers will be traveling to Union County on Saturday to face the Myrtle Hawks in the first round of the 2A playoffs. Now we ask that you all please stand and move on hayfield for the national anthem.
The Lady Chargers are about to come out on the court with their starting lineup for tonight's last regular season home game.
Number 20, Savannah Dawes. Number 8, Katie White. Number 9, Nina Brownlee. Number 2, Vivian Cable. Number 3, Ella Crowder. Number 4, Helen Hill. Number 21, Molly Prince and Yellow. Now for your Lady Chargers. Number 6, Talia James. Number 12, Cindy Brooks. Number 4, Little Ashley Lee. Number 8, Megan Wallace. Number 7, Edie Stevens. Number 17, Molly Thomas. Number 3, Bailey Smith. Number 16, Mackenzie Sanders. And number 16, Tammy Good.
All right, as the starting lineups were announced for tonight's game, we welcome you here to the Ty Cobb Gymnasium at Choctaw County High School in Ackerman, Mississippi. As the girls meet at the net to shake hands before the match, something that we didn't get to see much last year due to COVID, but I'm glad to see that we're able to get back to that sportsmanlike tradition. Each team kind of gathers there in their own side of the court and get their team prayer and break out and get this match underway. Don't forget the Lady Chargers will be traveling Saturday to go play in the first round of the playoffs there at Myrtle High School. All right. It looks like you're starting six tonight for the Lady Chargers. You got Molly Kate, Evie Stevens, Maylee Hollis, Bailey Smith, Mackenzie Sanders, and Cammie Beard. Seems like we got all the paperwork under wraps. Let's get this game underway as Grace Christian has the serve. quick serve across the net, and Bailey Smith just could not play it quickly off the ground. Second serve goes into the net there for Grace Christian. Maylee Hollis back to serve first for the Chargers. One of the 4 seniors recognized tonight. Good serve across the net. Dig by Grace Christian. Quick over by Grace Christian at the net. Set up to Evie Stevens. Dig by Grace Christian. They set up at the net. Oh, looks like couldn't quite size the ball up and where she wanted to hit it in a timely manner there at the net.
Yeah, it looked like she jumped a little bit in front of the ball before she swung right there. Just caught her on the back.
Got to get that timing down. Good serve by Maylee Hollis. Grace Christian sets the play up. Good set there by Mackenzie Sanders to Evie Stevens. Gets across the net. Grace Christian responds. Point Chargers. Grace Christian just couldn't get it quite over the net and to stay in bounds. Met in that awkward position there, corner of the net at the out of bounds line. Good serve again. Grace Christian just couldn't handle it. She was there, but just couldn't hit the ball straight and set up the set for Grace Christian. Chargers out to early 4-1 lead. Abby Newland sets it up to Maylee Hollis, to Molly Kate Thomas. Oh, perfect hit right there in the corner for the point and the kill. You couldn't get any closer than that right there.
No, you couldn't.
Another good serve there by Maylee. She's pretty consistent there serving the ball this year. Set by Mackenzie Sanders. Oh, just could not get the positioning down. She kind of approached that ball awkwardly. Sub for Grace Christian. Looks like they're bringing in someone to take the serve. Abby Newland to Bailey Smith. Sets it up at the net for Evie Stevens. A quick over the net. Grace Christian tried to set the ball there and just quite couldn't get the spike down to get over the net. Grace Christian calls a timeout with the Chargers leading 6-2 in this first set of the varsity matchup tonight on senior night here at the Ty Cobb Gymnasium. All right, coming back to action after that timeout. Chargers up 6-2 here in the first set. Looks like Evie Stevens back to serve. Got a decent crowd here tonight for senior night. Evie Stevens gets it over the net. Grace Christian tries to collect themselves, but just could not quite get it organized and over the net within 3. Chargers have looked pretty demanding early on in this first set, best of 5. Grace Christian quick dig up over the net, set by Maylee Harris and Molly Kate. Molly Kate digs it up at the net after Grace Christian blocks it, but just couldn't get it up enough for the next player to set the ball. Serve goes to Grace Christian. Evie Stevens to Maylee Hollis, Mackenzie Sanders sails the spike just a little long there from staying in bounds. Grace Christian maintains the serve. Dig there by Evie Stevens to Abby Newland. Oh, little misplay of the ball there by Grace Christian at the net. Molly Kate Thomas goes to the back line there to begin her serve. Good ball over the net. Grace Christian plays it high, keeps the ball in bounds, gets it over the net in 3. They're set. Maylee Hollis to Molly Kate. Molly Kate gets the ball over. Not a very hard slap there. Grace Christian tried to kill that one there and just sailed it just a little long there.
Yeah, put a little too much power right there.
I'm joined tonight by fellow senior here on senior night, Luke Beard, helping me with the commentary tonight. Your Choctaw County Chargers football team will be in action tomorrow night versus East Webster. 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll be honoring the state championship teams from the past from both Ware and Ackerman High School prior to the game. That starts at 6:30. Come out and honor them, and let's watch a good football game as the Chargers take on East Webster. Back to action. Good volley back and forth by each team. Molly Kate sets it up to Bailey Smith. That was Bailey Smith there. Grace Christian collects themselves, gets it over 3. Molly Kate sets it up to Mackenzie Sanders. She saw the block at the net and just tapped it over. Good play there. Molly Kate gets it. I'll tell you what, this is a good back and forth right here. Oh, and Grace Christian just could not line the ball up right there to get it over the net. Chargers out to 11-4 lead here in the first set of this best of 5. Looks like we had a little power flux there at the scoreboard. They're trying to get that fixed now. I see the lights coming back on. We'll have the score back with you here momentarily. Molly Kate Thomas still to serve. Grace Christian tries to collect that serve. Comes in like a hot potato. Evie Stevens there to Maylee Hollis to Cammie Beard. I'll tell you what. Oh, plays it in the net. Just could not save it there. Maylee Hollis had a good effort there at the net trying to keep the ball alive, but just quite couldn't do it. There we go. We got the scoreboard back going. Chargers lead 12-5 here in the first set of this varsity matchup on senior night. Heads up play there by Mackenzie Sanders. Good dig by Evie Stevens. Bailey Smith gets it there over the net. Had to kind of step back to get it. Grace Christian, good effort there at the net. Oh, block and back to Maylee Hollis. Bailey Smith puts it back over real quick. Mackenzie Sanders sets back to Maylee Hollis. Up Evie Stevens. Ooh, good shot that far back, and the Chargers just out of position there as the Lady Eagles of Grace Christian were able to put the ball back quick on the Chargers, and they were not prepared for that. We got a sub here for the Chargers. You got Simmons Brooks coming in for Bailey Smith. You got Jalea James coming in for Maylee Hollis. I'll tell you, Jalea can get up there over the net, and if she gets a hold of it, it's tough to stop. Simmons Brooks to serve. Good serve over the net. Set by Grace Christian. Simmons Brooks got out in front of that ball, sailed it right back over. Grace Christian got a good hit on that, but Abby Newland was there to defend. Ooh, good down low play by Simmons Brooks. Mackenzie Sanders saves the ball at the net. Grace Christian trying to collect themselves. Sails that ball just long. Grace Christian had the set. They were in position, but she just got a hold of that ball and sailed it long.
Yeah, that ball just barely outside of the box right there.
Oh yeah, she gets down on it and able to line it up better. She'll keep that one in bounds next time. Grace Christian again at the net. Abby Newland there digs it up. Chargers collect themselves to Cami Beard. That was a good heads-up play by Simmons Brooks, able to keep the ball in play, set it up for Cami Beard there at the net for the kill. Simmons Brooks still serving. Chargers lead 15-6. Good block there by Mackenzie Sanders and Cami Beard. They both timed their jump almost in sync to where they were able to stop that ball at the net. This forces Grace Christian call their second timeout here of the first set as the Chargers lead 16-6 in this best of 5 on senior night. All right, as we come back to action here, Simmons Brooks still with the serve. After we come back from that timeout by Grace Christian. Oh! Grace Christian there played it a little quick over the net. Cami Beard was there, tried to block it, but just couldn't quite keep the ball there over the Grace Christian side of the net. Evie Stevens with the dig. Simmons Brooks with the set. Cami Beard has to play the ball over. Couldn't quite get in position for the spike. Simmons Brooks with the set back to Jalea James. Abby Newland there with the easy pickup. Simmons to Mackenzie Sanders. Mackenzie Sanders tried to really get a hold of that ball and sailed that one about 2 feet out of bounds.
Yeah, she really got a hold of that ball right there. Just
she crushed
wasn't able to keep it in.
Heads up play at the net. Simmons Brooks was able to play it back. Evie Stevens just would not quite keep the ball high enough there in her swing to keep that ball from going into the net. I'll tell you what, Chargers need to collect themselves here. Had a lead and starting to dwindle. There at the net, Cami Beard with the putback as Grace Christian tried to get it over. Chargers needed that little swing of momentum there. Mackenzie Sanders back to serve. In the net. Quick turnaround there. Kind of back and forth battle here late in the last couple serves. Serve goes back to the Chargers. You got Abby Newland back to serve for the Chargers. Good serve there. Grace Christian sets, puts it up over the net. Simmons Brooks to Jalea James, excuse me. Grace Christian tried to pull a fast one there on the Chargers and get the ball over without setting up the play, trying to play the quick ball over the net, and Chargers weren't fooled. Jalea James saw the opportunity with the free ball high and up over the net, and she just jumped up and spiked it right back down on the Grace Christian Lady Eagles. Chargers lead 20-10 here in the first set. Abby Newland with a good serve. Grace Christian sets it in the middle. Molly Pate there at the net with the block. Getting up and denying Grace Christian there at the net. That's a big play by a senior on senior night.
It sure was.
Abby Newland's serve was just too hot to handle there for the Grace Christian Lady Eagles. You got a good little run here. to end the first set for the Chargers if we can just seal the deal. Sets it there in the middle, Grace Christian. Simmons Brooks tried to dig it up off the floor there, but just was a little bit too far away from the ball. Serve goes to Grace Christian. Mackenzie Sanders with a good dig. Grace Christian just could not get the ball back over the net. Chargers kind of caught Grace Christian out of position there with the quick dig and put back over the net. Chargers make a few substitutions. You got Bailey Smith back in for Simmons Brooks, and you have Maylee Hollis back in for Jalea Jones. Maylee Hollis' serve, it's a little short there, falls into the net. Quick service change, back to the Grace Christian Lady Eagles. Abby Newland with the quick set. Maylee Hollis to Evie Stevens. She has to get it quickly over the net because she was out of position there. Good set by Maylee Hollis to Evie Stevens, but just a little out of position there. Kind of couldn't get each other in sync there for the set and the spike. Maylee Hollis there at the net. Sets it up for Bailey Smith with a little tip over the net. Grace Christian tried to settle the ball back into the middle of the floor and just couldn't quite get the right angle on it.
Chargers just 1 point away from closing out the first set.
Evie Stevens back to serve. Grace Christian settles under it, middle of the net. Sails that one wide. First set to Chargers on a 25-13 win. That was fairly quick and limited to mistakes. We get a couple serves up over the net. All right, about to get the second set here underway at Ty Cobb Gymnasium as the Chargers just took the first set from the Grace Christian Lady Eagles. Got Molly Kate Thomas, Bailey Smith, Evie Stevens, Mackenzie Sanders, Cami Beard, and Maylee Hollis on the court for the Chargers. Abby Newland, quick sub in for Cami Beard. All right, Maylee Hollis to get this second set underway in the best of 5. Set by Grace Christian. Gets up underneath it there at the net, puts it over the 2 blocks. Maylee Hollis sets to Bailey Smith. Bailey Smith was able to put a good swing on that ball. Mackenzie Sanders sets it to Maylee Hollis. Maylee Hollis to Evie Stevens. Up for the good. Good athletic play by Grace Christian. Diving for it out of bounds, but could not keep the ball in play. Point Chargers. That was a long back and forth volley there to start this second set. Maylee Hollis with a good serve over the net. Grace Christian sails on it. Gets it up over the net. Maylee Hollis sets it to Molly Kate Thomas. Grace Christian was there with 2 players at the net for the potential block, but they just could not stop the spike from Molly Kate Thomas.
I thought it got over, but just short.
Well, she was able to keep the ball, there on Grace Christian's side of the net. Joined tonight by Luke Beard. Mackenzie Sanders with the athletic play to keep the ball in play. Evie Stevens gets there. Abby Newland plays it over, but was just not able to keep the ball in play there. Sails the ball just a little left on that far side of the court here at the Ty Cobb Gymnasium tonight. Coach Worrell discussing something with the referee on her side of the net. She does not seem to have enjoyed the answer that she received from that discussion. Serve, Grace Christian. Bailey Smith sets it up. Maylee to Abby Newland. And Abby Newland sails that one to the right that time, giving Grace Christian a second point of the match, making the score 2-2. Little miscommunication there by the Chargers as they just kind of looked at each other expecting someone besides them to get the ball. Evie Stevens sets that one up to Maylee Hollis to Molly Kate. Grace Christian settles up underneath it, up for the spike in the middle of the court. Good set by Maylee, back to Bailey Smith. Good athletic play by Grace Christian, just could not finish it at the net. Looks like number 8 turnip seed for Grace Christian was able to make that athletic play there and keep that ball in play for Grace Christian for a while, but it's a good serve there by Maylee Hollis again. Excuse me, Evie Stevens. Grace Christian just couldn't handle it. Maylee Hollis to Evie Stevens, back to Abby Newland, gets it up over the net. That was a close call. Either way you go, that I wouldn't want to be the line judge on that one.
Oh yeah.
Good serve there by Evie Stevens. Grace Christian gets it over, plays it up. Mackenzie Sanders there at the net. Grace Christian able to settle up underneath it. 2 Chargers almost run into each other there. Settles it to Molly Kate Thomas. Gets it over the net there in 3 hits. To Grace Christian there at the net. That was looked like it was going to be a power spike, but then Grace Christian was able just to kind of hit it in the opposite direction, catching the Chargers there out of position. We have number 2 Cagle serving for Grace Christian Lady Eagles. Molly Kate Thomas at the net. That ball kind of just sat there on the top of the net. Didn't know what way it was going to go. Fell Grace Christian's side there. Able to play it over back to the Chargers. They settle. Evie Stevens with the good slap over the net. Grace Christian there at the net. Athletic play by the Chargers, but they just could not gain control of the ball in 3 hits to get it up over the net. Both teams in back and forth battle here in the second set. Chargers won the first set. I believe it was 25-13. We're tied 5-5 here in the second set of the best of 5. Evie Stevens there. Good hit over the net. Grace Christian just kind of dug the ball, played the ball up, and didn't know who was going to go after it next. Communication is a very key part to this game. A lot of people don't realize that. Molly Kate Thomas back to serve. Chargers lead 6-5 here in the second set. Sets it up to Maylee Hollis to Evie Stevens. Just not quite high enough to get it over the net there. She hit it from a pretty good distance and was not able to keep control. Abby Newland with the dig, plays it up, sets it for Maylee Hollis to Bailey Smith with the little tapper over the net. Grace Christian settles it back over. Abby Newland there to defend for the Chargers. Cami Beard at the net with the spike. Dig by Grace Christian. 2 players for Grace Christian kind of awkwardly ran into each other when they were both making a play on the ball, and the whole set kind of fell apart there after that moment. Chargers lead 7-6 with Simmons Brooks in to serve. Grace Christian with the quick hit. Jalea James made an athletic play on the ball, but just couldn't quite keep it in bounds. We have a sub for Grace Christian.
Tell you what, this game's just going back and forth. The second set.
They are. They're 1 point after another for each team. Good serve there by Grace Christian. Evie Stevens sets it to Simmons Brooks. Kinsey Sanders calling for the ball to Simmons Brooks, set to Jalea James. Jalea didn't quite get on top of that one, but Cami Beard is there to finish the play at the net. Just kind of, that ball hung there over the net, and she jumped up and slammed it back down on Grace Christian for that point. Chargers lead 8-7. Mackenzie Sanders with the serve, plays it up. Jalea James sets it up. Grace Christian taps the ball back to Cami Beard. Simmons sets to Cami Beard. Cami just sails that ball just a little long there on the back line. Couldn't quite keep it in bounds.
Yeah, she got a hold of it. She just couldn't keep no control over that ball right there.
Ooh, I'll tell you what, Evie Stevens right there hit that ball cross court to the far corner coming towards us, and that ball could not have been any more in bounds. If that line was chalk, that ball would be chalky right now. Abby Newland back to serve. Settles it. Grace Christian kind of gets it there over the net and 3 hits awkwardly. Molly Kate Thomas with the hit back over the net. Little miscommunication there again by Grace Christian.
Yeah, another example of that miscommunication that we talked about.
Got to be loud. Let everyone know it. Abby Newland back to serve. Good dig by Grace Christian. Abby Newland able to quickly get back in position, set it up to Simmons Brooks, who puts it up in the air for Mackenzie Sanders. Grace Christian quickly answers back. Evie Stevens with the quick slap over the net and is able to get the point. Grace Christian just couldn't handle that volley from Evie Stevens there. Abby Newland getting back to serve. A little back and forth by each team there, set to Evie Stevens. Evie Stevens saw an opening there in the defense of Grace Christian, was able just to put just enough on that ball and put it in a spot on the floor where the Lady Eagles weren't. Abby Newland keeps the serve going. Grace Christian sets it to the left side. Grace Christian does the same thing that the Chargers just did. Saw a hole in the defense and hit the ball in that direction. Chargers caught out of position there. Quick point for the Lady Eagles of Grace Christian. Chargers get the ball over. Set the ball up middle of the net for Grace Christian. Mackenzie Sanders sets it to Simmons Brooks, who sets it to Jalea James. Jalea James sails it back cross court right before it goes out of bounds. Point Chargers. Maylee Hollis back to serve. Set up by Grace Christian in the middle of the net. Saw the defenders there at the net, just kind of puts it up and over them. Molly Kate sails it back over to Grace Christian. Good dig there by Abby Newland. Bailey Smith at the net. Grace Christian was there to defend it, but just couldn't get the ball settled down to run a play. Maylee Hollis back to serve. Good play at the net there by Grace Christian. Up to Evie Stevens. Good hit by Evie Stevens there. She got a hold of that one. Grace Christian just couldn't handle it there at the net. Chargers lead 15-9 here in the second set. Chargers won the first set without much problem. They come out here in the second set, leading 15-9. Maylee Hollis still back to serve. Chargers are celebrating senior night for ladies here for the Choctaw County Chargers. Maylee Hollis, Bailey Smith, Mackenzie Sanders, and Molly Kate Thomas. All four seniors were honored tonight before this game. Chargers get the point there as both teams went back and forth on that volley. Maylee Hollis still back to serve. Good dig by Grace Christian there, sets the ball at the net. Mackenzie Sanders ever will play it up. Maylee Hollis to Evie Stevens. I'll tell you what, Evie Stevens is really knocking that ball down at the net. Up to Molly Kate Thomas. Grace Christian able to play the ball back there quickly. Set up to Molly Kate Thomas again. Molly Kate able just to put it in that back right corner where there was no Lady Eagle at. Chargers take a 17-9 lead here in the second set. It started off a back and forth battle, Luke, but both teams, the Chargers seem to have taken control here this second set. Grace Christian tried to play it quickly back over the net. Evie Stevens settles it, gets it back over for the Chargers. Molly Kate Thomas at the net. Grace Christian able to play it up. Got to get it over. They're able to in three. Mackenzie Sanders plays the ball a little short, but they save it. Abby Newland gets it over the net in three. Boy, this is becoming a back and forth volley right here between both teams, making athletic plays on the ball. Abby Newland settles up underneath it to Maylee Hollis. Evie Stevens. Grace Christian had a good attempt at a block at the net, able to knock the ball up. They settle back under it, over the net to Evie Stevens. Set by Maylee Hollis to Bailey Smith. I'll tell you what, both teams right now feeling it. Back and forth battle here. Who's going to make the first mistake? Chargers play it up out of the net. Molly Kate Thomas knocks it over. 1, 2, and Grace Christian able to save it in three, but just could not keep the ball in bounds. That was a very athletic play by both teams, don't you think, Luke?
Oh, yeah, that was a very good volley from both sides right there.
I'll tell you what, I'd be tired after that right there.
Oh, no doubt.
Maylee Hollis with the good serve. Grace Christian puts it back over quickly. Maylee Hollis sets it to Molly Kate. Molly Kate with the knockdown. Grace Christian able to dig the ball, but played it a little too close to the net there. Chargers able to maintain the serve and gain the point. Maylee Hollis there with the serve. Good dig by Grace Christian. Up to the left side of the net. Set by Maylee Hollis to Mackenzie Sanders, up to Evie Stevens. And Evie Stevens just did not seem comfortable timing that ball in the air. She approached it a little awkwardly and her timing was off and knocked the ball in the net. Grace Christian with the point. Chargers lead 19-10 here in the second set. Served by Grace Christian to Evie Stevens, Mackenzie Sanders, Evie Stevens to Molly Kate, who plays it there over the net. Grace Christian there sets it up. Just a bit outside there of the line for the Grace Christian Lady Eagles. Chargers get the point. Take a 20-10 lead here in the second set. Evie Stevens back to serve. She's a junior. We'll look for big things for her next year for her senior season. Plays that serve there in the net. Just a tad bit too low. Couldn't quite get it there over the net. Grace Christian has the serve. And Grace Christian puts it in the net in the serve. Kind of back and forth here right now. Who's going to be able to get their serve under control and finish out this second set? Good serve there by Molly Kate. Grace Christian couldn't quite keep the ball in play. But I'll tell you this, you got a lot of young kids here on this team too, Luke. You know, you're graduating 4, but you have four juniors and some younger kids too that are going to be able to fill the shoes. You see some of them tonight. You got junior Simmons Brooks. You got junior Jalea James. You have freshman Abby Newland, all of which, you know, are seeing time tonight in this varsity game. You got sophomore Cami Beard, who's part of the starting 6. All these young girls have a lot more games to play, and we look forward to seeing them in the upcoming years.
Yeah, we'll definitely have some returning talent next year. So it'll be interesting to watch.
You'll have to come back next year for your sister's senior night.
I don't know about that.
You may be busy, huh?
Hope so.
Good hit there by Molly Kate Thomas. Grace Christian settles up underneath it. Mackenzie Sanders calling for the ball, sets to Maylee Hollis. Bailey Smith with a little tap shot over the net. Set to Cami Beard. Bailey Smith again, who really gets a hold of that one. Grace Christian up. Good hit by Grace Christian, and Evie Stevens was there but couldn't quite get her body at the right angle to keep the ball in play.
Yeah, she really cranked on that ball right there.
Cami Beard up there. Good hit there by Cami Beard. Grace Christian still able to maintain control of it. Maylee Hollis to Evie Stevens. Again, another good shot by the Chargers. Oh, Grace Christian noticed the hole there in the Chargers defense and was able with the quick shot over. Kind of caught the Chargers on their heels for the quick point. 23-13, Chargers lead here in the second set. Evie Stevens gets a hold of that one, and Grace Christian just could not get up under that one. Chargers here 1 point away from winning this second set to take a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 match tonight. Simmons Brooks back to serve. Grace Christian sails it out of bounds, and that'll be it for the second set here tonight as the Chargers take a 2-0 lead, and we'll take a quick break as we come back to action in this third set of tonight's senior night matchup at Ty Cobb Gymnasium here at Choctaw County High School. We're joined tonight, real quick before this third set going, by varsity punter Jack Hood. He joins us here in the commentary booth to give us some insight on tomorrow's game. What do you think tomorrow will be the keys to victory versus East Webster, Jack?
I say get offense pumping, offense running real good. East Webster's defense young. They're young. They're should be easy to pick apart if we can do that. And then defense play hard, keep the punter off the field. I think we got a pretty good shot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that takes a lot of team morale right there for the punter to say keep the punter off the field.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
We look forward to the Chargers. They're in action tomorrow night at home versus East Webster. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. All right, we come back to action in this third set of tonight. Chargers up 2-0. Good serve there by the Grace Christian Lady Eagles. Kind of back and forth there at the net. Both teams not wanting to give an inch, but finally Grace Christian settles underneath it. Ooh, that was close once again by the Chargers, able just to keep that ball right inside the lines.
Yeah, it was a great call by the line judge right there.
That was one that could go either way, but one team was not going to be happy about it. Lucky enough, the Chargers on the good side of that call. There, Grace Christian taps it back over the net. Abby Newland sets it up to, it was kind of in between Mayla Hollis and Bailey Smith there. Neither one of them knew if the other one was going to hit it, and then neither one of them hit it there. So, again, communication breakdown there by the Chargers.
Yeah, both teams seem to struggle with that at times, but hopefully they can get it fixed.
Quick tap over there by Molly Kate Thomas. Maylee Hollis sets to Bailey Smith. Bailey Smith just gets it kind of in that awkward space between the front defenders and the back line. Able to sneak that ball in there. Chargers tie the score up 2-2 here in the third set. Evie Stevens back to serve. That was a close call there by Grace Christian that could go either way. Chargers unlucky that ball was called in, giving the point to Grace Christian.
Yeah, that ball seemed to land just right there on the line. Tough call to make, but I believe she made the right call.
Grace Christian there sails the ball out of bounds on the returning serve, making the score 3-3 here in the third set. Molly Kate Thomas back to serve. Ooh, Grace Christian could not handle the serve there by senior Molly Kate Thomas. Ball had a lot of speed, a lot of velocity, and sailed down just enough to where the Lady Eagles could not make a play on it. Chargers collect it up, set it up for Mackenzie Sanders, who have to just kind of choose to get the ball over instead of going up for the big spike. Maylee Hollis makes athletic play on the ball. Bailey Smith back to Mackenzie Sanders. Neither team can really settle up under it at the net. They're just having to play that ball over. There we go, Evie Stevens there with the big hit. Cami Beard tries the block at the net and ends up hitting the ball twice after the block. They call her on it. It's just one of those unlucky moments there for the sophomore Cami Beard there at the net. We've got Abby Newland in for Molly Kate Thomas as Grace Christian takes over this serve. Game tied 4-4. Maylee Hollis sets it to Mackenzie Sanders. Mackenzie Sanders just absolutely crushed that ball, but it did not stay in bounds. It looked pretty, but that ball just kept sailing.
It sure did right there.
Grace Christian in turn sails that returning serve out of bounds, tying the game once again. We have some substitutions there for the Chargers as once again Simmons Brooks comes in to serve. Angelia James in as well. Good play there by Cami Beard trying to make the block there at the net, but just couldn't quite finish it as the ball snuck over her hands and in for the point for Grace Christian. Simmons Brooks settles underneath it for Jalea James, who again crushes the ball but just could not keep the ball in bounds. Grace Christian here with the serve. Sails the ball out of bounds. Again, we have a back and forth battle between the Chargers and the Lady Eagles. Who can take control of this third set? Chargers trying to go 3 and done tonight on senior night. Great way to end the regular season.
Yeah, it'll definitely give you some momentum going into playoff Saturday.
Yes, that's right, Luke. The Lady Chargers. Oh my gosh. Grace Christian is yelling that the Chargers hit 4. But referees are taking a moment to discuss this. But yes, Luke Beer brought up a good point that the Lady Chargers will be traveling to Myrtle Saturday. I believe game starts at 6 o'clock. Is it 2? They moved it to 2? 2 o'clock. Mackenzie Sanders with the serve. Grace Christian ball sails up into the ceiling. They had to scramble to make play. Simmons Brooks sets it up for Jalea James, who crushes it. Grace Christian able to save it. Sets up for Grace Christian, number 15 Morgan, but she slaps it into the net. Chargers take an 8-7 lead here in the third set, leading 2-0. Mackenzie Sanders with the good serve. Grace Christian sets it at the net to Rivers Cagle. She's able to get that ball over between 2 Charger defenders for the equalizer as we continue this back and forth battle in the third set. Serve goes back to Grace Christian. Good dig there by Abby Newland, laying out to get the ball up and in play still. Grace Christian again sails it back, and Abby Newland's there for the athletic play. Grace Christian settles it up. gets it over the net to Simmons Brooks to Mackenzie Sanders to Evie Stevens. Grace Christian tried to defend it at the net, but were unsuccessful, and then breakdown of communication leads to the Charger point there. That was a good momentum turning play there by the Chargers. As Abby Newland made a couple athletic plays, able to keep that ball alive for the Chargers. Julia James up at the net. Good play on the ball. Chargers able to gain control of it. Simmons Brooks to Evie Stevens. Evie Stevens gets a hold of it, but the Lady Eagles are able to maintain control. Mackenzie Sanders to Evie Stevens, who hits it across court, but sails the ball just a bit long, knocking the ball out of bounds. This ties the game again, once again, 9-9 here in the third set. Grace Christian with the serve, and they knock it in the net. Neither team can really get their serves under control right now, Luke.
Yeah, I tell you what, miscommunication and serving it into the net has really cost both teams a lot of points all night.
Good point. Maylee Hollis there with the serve, just tips the net and drops in for the Chargers. That was couldn't ask for a better serve there from senior Maylee Hollis. Grace Christian able to settle up underneath it. Has to scramble to get the ball over. Free ball for the Chargers. Maylee Hollis sets it to Molly Kate. Grace Christian gets it up over the net. Chargers have to make athletic play there, running at the net. Maylee Hollis just gets it over in two. Grace Christian answers with a similar set. Back to Mackenzie Sanders. Mackenzie Sanders crushes the ball, but Grace Christian able to maintain control. Mackenzie Sanders calls for the ball. Maylee sets to Evie Stevens. Grace Christian made a very athletic play there to block the ball at the net, but they just could not keep the ball in play, blocking the ball and making it sail there out of bounds, giving the Chargers the point. Molly Kate, I'll tell you what, she met that ball at the highest point and sailed it back down.
Yeah, she really turned on that ball right there.
Grace Christian was not able to maintain control of that serve, kind of just sailing the ball awkwardly up high. Molly Kate met it up at the net and slammed it back down. And a very similar play to what had just happened for the Chargers. Molly Kate once again meets the ball at the net as the Grace Christian Lady Eagles tried to dig the serve up, and Molly Kate able with the quick putback to give the Chargers a 14-9 lead, with Grace Christian calling a timeout. All right, welcome back. As action continues as Lady Chargers up 14-9 here in the third set. Maylee Hollis with the serve. Chargers were able to set the ball up for senior Molly Kate Thomas. I believe that was senior Maylee Hollis set the ball up for senior Molly Kate Thomas, who absolutely crushes it at the net, giving the Chargers a 15-9 lead. Molly Kate once again,
she's just on fire
once again meets the ball at the net and takes the point for the Chargers. Chargers lead 16-9. Continue to maintain control of this set. Oh, unfortunate there for Maylee Hollis. Sails the ball into the net on the serve. scored 16-10 for the Lady Chargers as Grace Christian takes over the serve. Grace Christian plays it to Bailey Smith, who just kind of gingerly hits. No, excuse me. That was Evie Stevens who kind of popped it there over the net. No, Bailey Smith. I was right. Bailey Smith was the one that popped it there over the net. And Grace Christian just didn't know what to do with it. Evie Stevens with the serve. Good serve there by the junior. Great athletic play by Mackenzie Sanders to keep the ball in play. Getting the ball back over Molly Kate Thomas. Mackenzie Sanders just giving Grace Christian fits there at the net, knocking everything they got back at them. Up to Bailey Smith. Unfortunately, just could not get the ball up over the net. Slams the ball into the net there on the spike. Grace Christian making some defensive adjustments. Getting some people in that they need on defense, it looks like, as they take over the serve. Grace Christian sails that serve a little wide there. Chargers take an 18-11 lead here in the third set, leading 2-0 over the Lady Eagles of Grace Christian. Molly Kate there on the serve. Grace Christian just unable to maintain control there on the serve, knocking the ball out of bounds here towards the scores table. Molly Kate Thomas again keeps this serve alive. Chargers there at the net just to make sure the ball didn't come over, but the ball falls just inside Grace Christian's side of the net, giving the Chargers another point, making the score 20-11. Molly Kate, good serve to the back. Grace Christian just has to get the ball over in three. Evie Stevens sets it up to Maylee Hollis, who gets it to Mackenzie Sanders, who just sneaks that ball in on the back line, catching the Lady Eagles off guard. Grace Christian once again calls a timeout with the score being 21-11. As the Lady Chargers have taken firm control of this third set into tonight's matchup. Coming back to action at the could be the end of this third set as the Chargers lead 21-11. Still in firm control of the serve. And once again, the Lady Eagles just could not quite handle the serve there by senior Molly Kate Thomas. As the Chargers on a good little run here at the end of the third set, leading 22-11. Molly Kate kind of didn't necessarily get that ball up very high when she served it. Knocking the ball there in the net. Grace Christian making some substitutions as they take over the serve. Mackenzie Sanders sets it to Maylee Hollis, who back to Mackenzie Sanders, who Mackenzie Sanders absolutely crushes the ball over the net, but Grace Christian able to maintain control, and Grace Christian answers with their own decisive hit there directly at freshman Abby Newland, who just wasn't quite quick enough to maintain control of that shot there. Grace Christian serves it to Mackenzie Sanders. Molly Kate to Cami Beard over in three. Grace Christian taking the free ball, trying to make the best of it. Was able to get the point there, making this set 22-14. Grace Christian trying to gain momentum and climb back into this matchup. Quick over by Grace Christian, set to Maylee Hollis. That Mackenzie Sanders, who crushes the ball, but right at a Grace Christian defender who plays the ball up. Maylee Hollis kind of tries to gain control, but again, a breakdown of communication between who was going to take control there. Grace Christian continues the serve. Evie Stevens digs it up. Maylee back to Molly Kate Thomas. Grace Christian just could not quite handle the return there. Seems we have lost our scoreboard camera. Sorry about that. There, don't quite know what happened, but we'll keep you updated on the score. You hear the cheer for the seniors as they come off the court for potentially the last time as seniors here in the Choctaw County Gymnasium. You hear the crowd getting behind them. Very emotional moment for the Chargers. You know, the Chargers will be on the road Saturday in the playoffs with Myrtle. Grace Christian there at the net. Ooh, and that was unlucky for the Chargers. Cami Beard hit the net as she played it there over. We got a little mix up on the score. They're having to change it. And then there we go. We got it 23-16, and the fans quickly have to change their one finger left to two, showing the Lady Chargers that they only need 2 more points to win tonight's matchup. Julia James there had the ball set up for her. She was up in the air ready to absolutely crush that ball, but just sailed it a bit long there. You have some of the younger Chargers in as the seniors were subbed out for the last time in the regular season just moments ago. The young Chargers trying to maintain control of this match. You have no seniors on the floor right now. Quick Chargers able to dig that ball out, get it over. Grace Christian unable to organize themselves to make a play on that ball. You have 1 point away for the Lady Chargers to win this match on senior night in 3. Riley Smith with the serve. Grace Christian plays it up. Rivers Cagle keeps the ball in. It looks like point Grace Christian.
Yeah, that ball was right there on the line.
That was about as close as you could get there. The fans are really coming alive as the score slowly gets closer and closer to one another. As the Chargers just need 1 more point to seal the deal. Chargers unable to maintain control of the service there. Evie Stevens just could not keep it in play. Chargers lose the point, making the score 20-24 as the Chargers try to keep this lead going here in the 3rd set. Riley Smith with the dig to Jalea James. Miscommunication once again by the Chargers. There, they put the young kids in, and they got to remember they got to talk. Scores 21-24. And Grace Christian knocks the ball out of bounds on service, giving the Chargers the final score they need for 25-21 here in the 3rd set, taking 3 sets straight over the Lady Eagles of Grace Christian on senior night here at the Ty Cobb Gymnasium at Choctaw County High School. I want to thank Luke Beard for joining me tonight on tonight's broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last regular season home game for the Lady Chargers. as they will be on the road in Myrtle Saturday in a round 1 playoff match. And if they advance, we'll have to decide then who will be at home and who will be on the road. So follow us on social media, keep up with the games, and thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to tonight's game as your Lady Chargers defeated the Grace Christian Lady Eagles.